The Honorable Deputy Prime Minister, His Excellency Wong Sai Visot, His Excellency Ambassador Justin, I thank you for your invitation for me to be back to the House of the Australian people. Always, I feel very warmed in this House. Members of the diplomatic community, members of the private sector, friends and partners. Let me say congratulations for a successful series of events during the Clean Energy Week, organized by Energy Lab in partnership with the Australian Embassy and UNDP as co-founders, along with support of various other partners. As energy demand grows, Cambodia is actively transitioning towards a sustainable future. We are adapting to an evolving energy landscape, and we do so with a focus on environmental responsibility. The Ministry of Mines and Energy has recently been mandated to oversee the energy sector's transition towards net zero carbon emissions by 2050. This will be focused on three thematic areas. 1, increasing renewables. 2, improving energy efficiency. And 3, expanding electrification. This mandate is underpinned by principles of CARE, standing for 4 key elements: clean, affordable, reliable, and equitable energy. With these principles as our guiding foundation, I will share some of the measures we are taking to shape a greener future for our nation and its people. Firstly, regarding the increase in renewables, Cambodia has proudly achieved a 62% installed capacity from renewable sources, a mix dominated by hydro and solar power. For a country that has only recently rapidly increased its national electrification rate, in our view, this is a remarkable achievement. To build on this success, the Ministry of Mines and Energy, EDC, EAC, are undertaking a significant revision of the Power Development Plan. Our goal is to accelerate, like you said, the transition to a cleaner and low carbon power grid, with a focus on solar, wind, and renewable biomass. This ambitious plan reflects our approach to embracing clean energy and showcase our drive for technological innovation, effective policy making, and collaborative efforts in training and partnerships. Our journey has not been without its challenges. COVID-19 and geopolitical tensions significantly affected energy prices. Yet, Cambodia took decisive steps to safeguard our citizens and industry from these global shocks. By subsidizing electricity prices, we prioritize economic stability and social welfare. This has contributed to our resilience and is evident in our economic performance, with the International Monetary Fund noting an acceleration in Cambodia's growth to 5.2% in 2022. This expansion is partly due to solar panel and electrical component exports. Such industries are pivotal for their contribution to our GDP and moving Cambodia towards a greener and diversified economy. The progress Cambodia has made in renewable energy, particularly in the face of global challenges, is notable. As we continue our clean energy transition, we are determined to build on these achievements and further expand our renewable energy capacity. Moving on to the second pillar, energy efficiency. Efficiency is where our immediate potential for impact lies. The best decarbonized energy is the one we don't have to consume. Before we look at generating more, we should focus on consuming less. Cities cover only 3% of the world's land surface, house over half of the global population, and account for 80% of the world's GDP. They are also major energy consumers, accounting for 2/3 of global usage and are responsible for over 70% of annual carbon emissions. Projections indicate that by 2050, cities will be home to more than 70% of the world's population, leading to a significant increase in the need for urban energy infrastructure, according to the International Energy Agency. These global trends highlight the importance of our national efforts in Cambodia. Our national energy efficiency policy outlines the government's commitment to transforming the country's energy consumption by adopting energy efficiency measures. The policy set an ambitious target to reduce energy consumption by at least 19% by 2030. Bridge capacity gaps, certify energy professionals, and launch public awareness campaign. We are now also in the process of setting up an energy efficiency committee, which will soon be adopted by sub-decree. Finally, we address the third pillar of our strategy, which is electrification. As we produce more electricity from renewable sources, we see the true benefits of electrification. One fundamental aspect of this is our focus on battery storage, which is an essential enabler of renewable energy generation. Our goals for electrification are also reflected in the transportation policies. We are steering towards a future where 40% of our cars and buses and 70% of our motorcycle will be electric by 2050. We are fostering the growth of EVs in Cambodia by reducing import duties and actively encouraging investment in EV assembly plants. With EVs already accounting for 14% of all new car sales globally last year, the expansion of our charging infrastructure becomes critical, and it is an area we are keenly focusing on to support this transition. Addressing the growing demand for electricity requires enhancing our power grid's capacity and flexibility, just like Ambassador Justin mentioned in the hall minutes ago. This includes adopting smart grid technologies for efficient energy management. Globally, the challenge is substantial. The IEA notes that to leverage renewable resources, we need to extend or improve the grid across more than 80 million kilometers, which matches the entire length of the existing global grid. This statistic highlights the scale of the worldwide challenge and the magnitude of the task ahead of each nation, including the Kingdom of Cambodia. Our approach to this transition is both strategic and gradual, focusing on integrating clean energy from remote wind and solar projects into our urban and industrial areas and across the country. This involves enhancing our grid's capacity and flexibility, ensuring it can meet current and future demands while supporting our green transition. Another critical aspect of this is the role of the interconnected power systems. As I emphasized in my recent keynote at Singapore International Energy Week, regional interconnections are essential for boosting energy security, sharing renewables energy, and reducing the environmental footprint of energy projects. Our Prime Minister, Somdech Mahaprabhu Thepadai Hun Manet, is an advocate for Cambodia's journey towards net zero. Having endorsed the Ministry of Mines and Energy to lead the way in the areas of mentioned, a cross-sectoral committee is now being established. This committee will guide us toward our goals and ensure that every step we take is a stride towards sustainable and green Cambodia. Cambodia ranks as one of the most vulnerable countries to climate change. And I have shared some of the proactive measures we are taking to address that. In facing our vulnerability to climate-related issues, we recognize the importance of collaboration. It is a key element in building our resilience, and it is the only way for the global community to tackle global warming effectively. In this regard, Australia's partnership has been invaluable. Through the CAPRED program and other initiatives, Australia has played a pivotal role in Cambodia, showcasing the spirit of international collaboration essential for addressing climate change. Thank you. We look forward to the future projects that will continue to strengthen our partnership. In closing, thank you. In closing, I would like to emphasize again that Cambodia is committed to decarbonization and ensuring the protection of our environment. Our efforts center on strategic investments that create green jobs and drive economic growth. And we are dedicated to uplifting disadvantaged families and communities, a commitment that has always been at the heart of my work. Reaching climate targets can only be achieved if we work together. So as ministers, I pledge to collaborate with every one of you as closely as possible in our pursuit of net zero and energy security. It is not just about the step we take today. It is about the sustainable system we set up. It is about the smart solution we scale and the shared success we can secure, creating a legacy of resilience for our people, our planet, and our future generation. Thank you.